Oh,
All right, I think we're good.
I think we're good too.
Well,
some technical difficulties. We got there.
Technically,
Ed
it
got there.
looks okay on there, but on a 2-inch screen, it's hard to tell until I put it on the
Yeah.
computer, and then I go, "Oh, that's bad."
We'll
That's
find
all right.
out. You know,
We could call this the distorted episode.
That's right.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Stand by,
multiverse.
please episode.
the multiverse.
The multiverse, yes.
We got it. We got it.
All right, Eddie, kick it in gear. Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your host, Nelson.
Ed.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties this episode, but me, Eddie, and Ian put our collective
Ed.
brains together,
Ed.
figured out
Ed figured
the
it out.
best way
No, Ed did it.
to get this to work.
We sat here and watched Ed do it.
Listen, I whipped out the manual, Ian whipped out what he whipped out, and Eddie was on that pressing buttons.
That's right.
Furiously figuring it out.
It's amazing that camera technology, for as far as it's come, when you're talking about consumer grade items, they only refresh like every decade.
Damn.
Like that baby's almost 15 years old. They got a newer version, and that one's 5 years old.
Oh well, shit. Okay.
Like if you don't want to spend, $100,000 on a full setup,
Yeah.
like they really
yeah, we don't have that kind of money.
Oh,
here.
They
way
don't
to pull
move.
the curtain back, Eddie.
They don't
thought
move
we spent
on.
$100,000 on our setup, and you had to fucking blow it.
This couch was at what? At least 50 grand.
Yeah, this is real styrofoam.
Yeah, this is-
It's real, authentic from Czechoslovakia.
Yes.
Sewn
Made by
Buddhist
soldiers.
monks in the Himalayan mountains of Czechoslovakia.
Cost us a lot.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, this
Yes,
is
it did.
haunted. This whole studio is
And the
haunted.
house we broke into to get this couch, I mean, Eddie paid a different kind of price.
It's okay. They don't listen to the Sofa Kingdom podcast. That's their fault.
That's why Eddie sits on a donut from here on out. But we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it.
Thank you, Ed, for fixing our
Thank
camera.
you, Eddie.
Thank you for fixing our
We're
camera.
literally taking one for the team.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe
what a way,
two. Maybe
what a
two.
way to start.
Nelson is really having his own conversation.
He is. This is,
No one is responding. He's responding to himself.
It turned into sexual assault of Ed. What?
As every show should start with sexually assaulting Ed.
I guess. Yeah. Ed, how do you feel, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm good.
He
Yeah.
feels assaulted. That's how he feels.
Hogwarts Legacy. How is it, Ed?
It's fantastic. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
So it seems like a majority of the world is enjoying it.
Expelliarmus, motherfucker.
That's fairly close.
Yeah, it actually is. Actually, it's really cool.
Thank you.
Reviews across the board are all giving it really high praise. There's still some people that are trying to fight back against it. One dude literally made a website that was tracking people that were playing it and how long they were playing it and how often. And
See how homophobic they were?
he got shut down quick because people are like, you're
It's a
literally
violation of, right?
instigating harassment and violence and stalking. And then also, it might have been the problem was that, it turned out his girlfriend was also streaming the game. So, he's
Right,
got to
but
throw her
isn't-
up on that list.
Doesn't that fall under like a privacy violation? Like,
To
if
some
I'm not
extent.
telling you, you can
Well, he was
Or-
logging everyone's streaming and everything
streaming.
like that.
So they're already in a public domain. Like I was thinking, like he's trying to track everybody.
It was
He's still a goofy little
it was a
troll.
means
Yeah.
of pointing people where to go to harass people, essentially.
Right. Okay.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, but he got shut down real quick.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm hearing nothing but good reviews. People that like aren't even typical gamers that I know. I've already bought the game and playing it.
Yep.
So
That's what's up.
No, one of the people I was watching was streaming. He's not even a gamer, but he has the game because he's playing it because for him, Harry Potter was the thing that taught him to read.
Right.
At 12
shit.
years old, he still couldn't read. And
Right.
the book was interesting enough that had got him over that hump of the difficulty and the embarrassment of not being able to read.
Right.
And he got himself through it. And then the next book. And then the next book. So it's one of those things where, like I had said, you're trying to fight an emotional argument with an emotional argument. And you're going against something that she's not, like, she's the creator of the world, but she has no working on the game. It's a whole separate group of people working
Right.
on the game. They've been working on this game for, almost 10 years. None of the things that were going on with her was going on back then. And
Right.
people are losing the fact that she has no problem with just trolling motherfuckers that are giving her problems online. Like, you want to give me shit? I got fuck you money. I'm going to
She's
say
like-
dumb shit to antagonize
has a
you
bunch of fucking
because
money.
you're
Yeah.
targeting and antagonizing me.
Yeah.
So she said something like, I calculate, I'm taking every dollar I make off Harry Potter as a reason to prove that my views are right, and I will keep donating money wherever I want.
You think she's been on Hagrid's Wild Ride? Because
I
I don't know anybody that has been on Hagrid's Wild Ride. Like, you think she has a free pass for Hagrid's Wild Ride?
It's a fantastic, dude. It's a fantastic coaster.
No, I went on it.
Imagine if she wasn't allowed.
I had to go single riders. That would be great if she wasn't. I had to go single rider in order to get on that ride.
Bro.
And I still had to wait about 2 hours.
You need
to get
season
on.
passes and to be standing at the gate 20 minutes before the park opens to be the first people in, and you go straight to the ride.
Yeah.
And you just get in line.
And,
I ain't paying that kind of money.
And don't forget, pray that the ride doesn't break down, because the last couple times we went, that particular ride was shut down before normal operating hours, and then as soon as it was up, the line would jump to like 2 hour and 20-minute wait.
People would already people would just
instantaneously.
wait in line even if the ride was busted.
I remember 11-hour waits for it. I remember when that thing
Yep.
opened.
11.
I remember when it opened.
The line-
I was up there when they opened
The
the actual
line
coaster.
is so long, they run you through the old Sinbad stage. You're like, oh yeah, this used to be a thing. Now it's a queue for Hagrid's ride.
Everywhere you were in the
Sinbad
park.
was a great comedian.
Everywhere you were
He
in the
deserves
park,
his own show.
you could see the line.
Yeah, this
No
is
matter
true.
what ride you on,
This
you could
is
see
true.
somewhere in the park the line
It
for that
scrolls
line.
halfway through the park. But the game is fantastic.
Wait, we're just gonna roll past Sinbad? He was a great comedian.
Was he?
Well,
You don't remember the movie about him being a Secret Service agent
Sinbad-
for the president's
Sinbad
son?
the pirate. It isn't Sinbad the comedian. He didn't have.
I
a
understand
stage
that.
at
I
Universal.
understand that.
That's
But
the wrong guy.
that's my Sinbad, not your Sinbad.
That's the
Sinbad
wrong guy.
sucks.
What? You don't remember that movie about the president's kid?
I remember Sinbad. He sucked.
He used to wear MC Hammer pants on stage.
And big earrings. Yes,
He's-
sucked.
Yeah,
He's
he
still
had the same haircut Eddie has now.
He still pretty much does. His recent comedy show was like, "Are You Dead?" or something like that. He got like people thought he had died, and he had to come out like, "I'm not dead. I'm still alive."
That's great.
Why?
That's a reason to go on tour.
That's what you
I'm
get.
not
That's
dead
what you
tour is absolutely legitimate.
It's as good a reason as any. It's a
yeah,
reason as any.
yeah.
But the game is fantastic. It's what people wanted all of the other games to be, and since it's taking place before all the other stuff, they get to tell a story in the world
So you
that
don't
isn't.
go to school with?
No, so
Oh,
it
okay.
takes place even before Dumbledore. So,
So you're telling me I can't bang Hermione?
no, Hermione's not in there.
What about the girl in the bathroom?
The invisible
She's
girl?
still alive.
Myrtle?
She'll be alive for a couple more years because by the time you would graduate, based on the timeline, Dumbledore would be
Yeah.
in. You add about another 20 years, and that's when she dies.
Let me ask you guys something. You've been to Universal?
Yes.
You've been to Universal. Have you guys been in the bathroom where Myrtle is talking?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that not weird?
No.
It's fucking weird to me.
No, it's-
It's weird to me. When I'm taking a piss and I hear, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this bitch's
What
voice. while I'm
bathrooms are
taking
you in,
a
and who
piss.
is fucking that horse?
Yeah. I'm looking around like, I normally don't look around in a men's bathroom, okay? I'm
I've
straight
seen you.
into the wall, but
I've
I'm
seen-
looking around
I've
like,
seen- I've seen
does
you in the
anyone else feel weirded out by these weird female sounds protruding from the walls? Like, I'm uncomfortable, all right? And I wanted to discuss
they
that.
could have
I found-
put like
I found it comforting.
they could have put like nearly headless Nick's voice in the men's bathroom.
Could you
instead, but-
sleep to that voice? Could you
Maybe.
fall asleep like rain sounds?
Maybe,
Myrtle?
I like that. Like when I go places, I usually check if there's a haunted hotel in the area that I could stay at.
All right. I just thought it was worth discussing because it freaks me out.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can't be the only person.
What else is going on? Any big trailers? Any big trailers?
Yes, Fast and Furious 10.
Awesome.
Yep.
We thought it was a joke at first. We did.
But it's not.
Yeah.
But it's
then
not.
we saw it was from a legitimate place that does proper trailers.
Yes.
That's right.
And you
not
know what?
clickbait.
Yeah.
They all look very aged in the trailer.
They
right?
do.
Like
They
they all
do.
look like they are their actual
It
ages.
did
Yeah.
look like there was a few scenes where they de-aged Vin's face, where
Yeah.
his
Looks kind of plastic.
his facial reactions, either he's done a lot of Botox or they were using a little computers in certain little flashback
or a
action
little bit of
scenes.
both.
He's spending that group money. He's spending
Oh,
that
he-
group
he-
money
he
going right into
definitely
his
is.
face.
They're making Jason Momoa
The bad guy?
The bad guy.
The new villain. So look
okay.
for Fast 11, where he's a hero.
Yes.
Well, yeah, valid point. But I thought that they were gonna stop at 10.
Supposedly, but let's be honest. He owns that franchise. It is a massive cash cow. If you
It
can
is.
write another one in a year or two, why not?
Yeah.
And you know what? I would go and see it because I've seen all of them, and I even go in there
I've
with a
seen-
little bit of like, this is gonna be kind of
What
corny.
can they do next? Like I've
Yeah,
seen them,
but I
They've
love
been
it.
to space.
I'm along for the
Yeah.
ride,
I've seen
except for the space
I've
ride.
seen all except for
Ludicrous in Space was pretty ludicrous.
except for the last one. So I just got the one to catch up on.
I haven't.
But
I-
it rivals.
seen the last one?
I haven't seen the last one. That's the only one I've missed so far.
Last I saw, they were in Brazil.
In terms of how many movie franchises are directly connected movie to movie,
Yeah.
I mean, you have them and Marvel
Yeah.
because DC didn't do it. Their shit fell apart.
No,
No.
they shit the bed. But look, let's be fair, right? It started off as
A racing movie.
a racing movie with a little thievery,
Yep.
and then they became like international spacefaring.
Yeah, somewhere along the way we lost
know,
our
like,
way.
like contracted out by the government to stop the bad
chasing
guys.
down the
Yep.
world's most notorious criminals. They even got a wrestler,
Like what
John
happened?
Cena,
What
The
happened
Rock
to SEAL
was
Team
in
6?
there.
Yeah.
Where are they at? That
Jason
we can't get
Statham.
them to
Yeah.
go stop the guys. We
Yeah.
got to get them.
I
They even
don't
got
fucking-
Helen Mirren.
There were
Helen
spin-offs
Mirren,
too. There were
the
spin-offs
oldest
too.
woman in movie cinema today.
What-
because
what-
Betty White is no longer
Yeah,
alive.
but they also have they like had spin-offs. Like remember what's his name?
Oh, yeah, they did, with,
The Rock and Jason Statham were in
Yep.
something.
Yes, the transporter.
Yeah, but no, it was Hobbs and Shaw.
Shop and Cobbs.
Hobbs and Shaw.
That sounds like a
Yeah,
movie.
but you know what?
Cops
Vin,
and boxes.
Vin's got problems with the
and
Rock,
Shaw.
so he's not letting him back in.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised
No,
if,
Vin
if they have
Diesel
him.
invited him,
Nah,
but The Rock was like, "Fuck you."
no, he did it. He did it.
Why are Vin Diesel and The Rock beefing?
He invited him in a way
On set.
that if he said no, he would look like the asshole. So he
Right.
did it in a way to be a dick.
Publicly, but they didn't get along on the set because look, here you have probably two of the largest egos on the planet.
Yep.
In the same room
And Vin
at the same time.
didn't like to get edged out on the camera, so he would move himself closer to
Yeah,
look
but Vin
bigger
was
than
Vin
The
was
Rock.
getting edged out.
Yeah,
Vin was
He's like-
fading fast.
Because you know he is
Listen,
not as big as The
No,
Rock.
when you stand
Fuck
next
no.
to The Rock, you have to be like, listen, it's The Rock. It's like if you're standing next to the president of the United States, whoever it is, right? Love him or hate him, whoever it is, you're like, that's the president.
Exactly.
He's gonna edge you out.
You're not the brightest star in the room.
no, you're not, and you
It's
have
not.
to accept this.
No.
When you're sitting on a couch with Nelson,
In the first movie,
you're gonna get edged out.
in the
Am
first
I
movie,
right?
yep. In the first movie, Dominic Toretto was the tough guy. He was the tough guy.
He was.
And it was fine, and he
Yes.
played it well. But
Yes.
it's fucking so many movies later. You're not
you
tough guy
wrote,
anymore.
you wrote yourself into a corner. You got a family and a family and then more family. And at a certain point, you got to do something about the family.
Yeah, when the
I
big
say
guy
start
comes in, you
weeding them
lose.
out.
I mean, even
Jason Momoa just starts killing
listen,
them off.
even in the
Bang,
trailer,
bang,
even in
bang.
the trailer, he's like, "You got too big a family."
Yeah, to be doing this kind of shit, yeah, you got one too many kids.
Your circle was small, and now it's big.
The George Foreman trailer looks good.
George Foreman trailer looks great.
It does. It looks good.
I'm
He's one of
a
my
sucker.
favorite boxers.
It's another
I'm a
movie
sucker
I'm
for a
probably
boxing
not
movie.
gonna see.
You're not going to see George Foreman?
I like George Foreman, but I really don't care to sit down and watch the movie.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
man, I'm with you, Ian.
right.
I'm a sucker. Ever since Rocky, right? And then Creed. There's so many good fighting movies.
Yes, that was a very
Rocky.
creative story. Black guy in prison gets out to go back to boxing. Never seen it before.
Damn.
bro.
It's a new one.
Damn.
Yo,
It's
bro.
a new one.
It's-
Hey guys,
It's a true
good
story.
job rebooting with a new set of movies for Rocky. Just
I've
telling
never been
the
behind.
freshest
Hey,
of
hey,
stories
I've never
ever.
been
the
behind the Creed.
freshest of
Hey.
stories
Hey, Ed.
ever.
I've never.
Shutty your mouth.
I've never been behind the Creed. To be fair, I've never been behind the Creed movies. I never have.
But would you be behind Creed?
Not really. He's dead.
So you wouldn't get behind him?
I watched Ivan Drago beat him to death.
You wouldn't oil him up and...
No. I watched
actor
him
is
die.
still alive.
I watched him die.
Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. It was the first time, actually, that I can
And then
remember...
the 80s montage music.
like a hero.
There's no reason way
Oh,
out.
come on. No.
There's
Running in
no
the sand.
shortcut home.
Running in the sand, right? Come on.
There's snow.
With your best friend.
Sand in
the
Russia.
sand? No, I'm talking about with Apollo Creed and Rocky.
That's the
When
third
they-
movie.
When they were running in the sand.
Come
on.
No, we're talking about Creed, not Rocky. We
No,
moved on.
Rocky's good.
We moved on. We
But
moved on.
that's why I
to
don't
the
watch
new-
You guys don't tell me you're moving on.
That's
I'm
why
still
I don't
talking
watch
about
it.
Rocky.
We
Because
moved
I watched
on-
Creed die.
We
so I'm
moved
not-
on to the new movies that are old plots and retold stories.
They even
is
resurrected the
bullshit.
corpse of Dolph Lundgren for the one Creed movie.
Did you know Kang? Apparently, he got part of the reason he got that big is he did a bodybuilding movie.
He is fucking jacked.
He
He is
massive.
like in the trailer
So-
for the Creed movie. He's fucking shredded.
Yeah, so
that's disgusting.
So
I'm
I know
like, wow.
the bodybuilding movie is like out now and like
he
some of the
playing?
shows, and I don't know. I didn't get all the details,
I mean, he
but
could play one of them. He's huge.
timeline wise, I'm not sure if Creed was done first or that, and he's just kind of maintaining his way through. But dude got huge.
Yeah, I think it was the Oprah Winfrey story.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow, yeah.
Like playing Oprah on her skinny years.
Oprah was pretty jacked back in the day.
On when she was on one of her health kicks.
Yeah. Speaking of that, by the time this comes out, I mean, we'll know the results. But we have a big football game this week.
Oh,
It's
yes.
Super Bowl.
Oh.
The Giants versus the Patriots.
Definitely not.
Technically,
Definitely
you
not.
cannot call it out by name. They can sue and they will sue.
Oh God, they'll sue us.
Ain't suing
They
us.
love suing
We don't
everybody.
listen. We don't make
There's
enough
a
money.
football game this weekend
Listen.
that happens to be the largest sporting event in the country.
If you sue us, you can have one of these foam panels.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you get, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
You can have Eddie's hat. You want my Magneto statue? You're gonna have to fight me for it.
If you want some money, you got to pay off the debt first.
Oh, the NFL. God damn it. Anyway.
But,
I'm, going
yeah,
I'm going for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm a Philly
All right,
scumbag. I'm a Philly scumbag.
I like Philly. And who are they playing against?
They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I
but
don't even know who's in it.
I don't care if Kansas City. I won't be that upset if Kansas City wins because their coach Andy Reid was a former coach of Philadelphia. So you know what? It's a win-win for
So
me.
Philadelphia is winning either way.
In a way, well, actually, no. The Kelsey mom is winning because both of her sons, Jason and Travis, are playing on each team.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, so that's
she's sitting
gonna
in
be.
But that's
she's sitting in her
bragging
living
rights.
room laughing her ass off.
That's
She's
bragging
like,
rights for one brother.
One of the
over
brothers
the
will be able to
others.
shit on the other brother, kind of like me and Shay.
Yeah, that's it. Look,
Exactly.
it's worth it. Eddie
is.
and I, we know this
Yeah.
battle, this
That's-
dance.
That's a
well
big
enough.
one, though. That's
Yeah,
a big
it
one.
is,
Like,
yeah.
I beat your ass in the Super Bowl.
I mean,
yeah.
like that.
Thanksgiving's gonna be
if
rough.
he doesn't somehow end up in the Super Bowl again against him and win, he's got
Yeah.
nothing to say back
That's
at
nothing
him.
at
That's
all.
like
No.
every day I
You
wake
just
up
have to
and I
stare
take
down.
a picture of my hand and I text it. You got one of these, bro? You got one of these? It's a Super Bowl
so
ring.
fucked
Oh,
up.
2023.
Oh.
I
But
can't wait to see
Rihanna,
yours.
Rihanna's gonna be there doing the halftime show.
Nice. Who else?
It's gonna be just Rihanna. Just Rihanna.
I mean,
post
do you
baby
really,
Rihanna.
Do you really need anything other than
No, you don't.
Rihanna?
Not really.
I mean,
She's hopefully she does. Nope, praying for a nip slip again.
God bless
Also,
you.
the
No,
price of the
pray for
commercials
two
has
nip
gone up
slips.
to $7 million for 30 seconds.
Jesus
American
Christ.
advertising at its best.
Man, that's wild. But it is one of the, if not the
It's our World
largest
Cup. It's our World
sporting
Cup.
event in
Yeah.
the
It's our
United
World
States.
Cup. I mean, it's like
I would love to see the stat sheet that proves it's worth spending that much money for a commercial.
everybody
Sure.
watches it. It's
They
stupid.
do, and a lot of people
Yeah.
actually
Even people that don't give a
notoriously
fuck about the
watch
game.
the Super Bowl for the commercials.
Well, they watch
That's
the
normally me,
commercials
but I asked
because
my teams in it this
because of
time.
the absurdity of the amount of money they're spending per second.
There's
is
usually
true.
some pretty good commercials.
You know what? But speaking of absurd movie ideas,
oh yeah, here we go.
the Nike movie.
Oh,
Really?
Air.
The Air Jordan movie? A movie about fucking sneakers with quite possibly the best cast I've seen since
Damon,
a
Ben
Marvel
Affleck.
movie.
Well, was
Chris
Copland
Tucker.
that star-studded piece of shit? This looks like the amount of stars in this
Yep.
movie.
Jason Bateman.
Somebody
Jason
pulled-
Bourne.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled all the favors. They pulled
Oh, yeah.
all of their favors.
Viola Davis.
Yeah, Viola, yes.
I mean, it's absurd. The people
Ben
that they
Affleck.
have in a sneaker movie.
Listen, hey, Michael Jordan needs more money.
I mean, the
Do you think
sneaker.
Michael Jordan makes a cameo?
oh, probably.
The sneakerhead market collapsed when they realized it was all fake bullshit.
Right.
So, like, who are they selling this to?
It's true. But you know what would
don't
make
know,
this
man.
movie better? Let's say they took Michael Jordan, right, and they put him in a toon dimension, right?
I got where you're going. I like it.
You
I
like
like
it?
it.
Okay,
I like it.
Now,
Okay.
you bring in Bugs Bunny,
Oh yeah.
Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. I
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Give him a quirky sidekick like Bill Murray.
How about
right?
some mutated monsters?
Oh, as the villains.
That's
I
the
love
bad
it.
guys. That's the bad
Monstars,
guys.
if you will.
Oh,
Monstars.
I like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
LeBron James.
No.
Crickets. All right, fuck that guy.
Congrats to LeBron. Congrats to LeBron James for actually breaking Kareem's record, though. Took him 35 years, but
That's
he broke
right.
it. He broke it.
Listen,
It took a long ass time to
did.
break
yeah,
that
he'll
record.
never be able to break the record of being in a movie with Bruce Lee.
No, he won't. He won't be able to do that.
That in itself had to be like an honor.
I
in the day.
do find it very ironic, though, that he continues to argue as himself as the GOAT with a little image of Michael on his jersey.
Or the fact that his sons show up to his game wearing Jordans.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
I was like, sir, you are campaigning to be the GOAT when the GOAT is on your uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't tell you.
That's like what what's the name of the actor that plays Ant-Man?
Oh,
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. His kid went as Captain America for Halloween.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's great. I'd be like, really? Really? You're getting disowned. We're not going for candy.
he's like, I could have got your outfit for free. You made me buy the
Yeah.
other guy's
Oh,
outfit.
man. I'm taking you trick-or-treating to a vegan restaurant.
That's fucked up.
Christmas is canceled. Hey, son, guess what? You were adopted.
I don't know. I can't. I understand this generation. This generation like loves LeBron or whatever,
Yeah.
and they get behind him and everything. But I can't get over the fact that like he insists he's the GOAT.
Yeah,
Like
no,
he doesn't. It's not like
you have to let other people.
Yeah,
call
other
you the
people
GOAT.
have to fight on your behalf.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you start speaking on your behalf for things like that, it's kind of weird.
It's like giving yourself a nickname. You can't,
Yeah.
by law, give yourself a nickname.
well, it's
People give you a nickname.
True. It's like Walter Payton said. He said, "When you're good at something, you tell everyone. When
Right.
you're great at something, they tell you."
Yep.
Fuck yeah. I like that.
Jordan ain't telling everyone he's the GOAT.
He doesn't have to.
People are telling everyone.
Walter
The people that watched him know.
Yeah.
They know who
Yep.
the GOAT was.
And speaking
it's-
of goats, how about the goat of all painters is getting his own
That's
movie?
true. Owen Wilson. Owen
No,
Wilson
it's
is playing
interesting.
Bob Ross.
They never specifically.
Ross.
I don't think they specifically named him out as Bob Ross, but that looks a whole lot like
That's
Bob
gotta
Ross.
be Bob fucking Ross.
Yeah, and they're
It's
gonna
gotta
probably
be.
tell the story in a way that, like, I don't know, maybe doesn't give money to them and maybe to his
That
family.
might be it. That's a
clever
plausible way of doing it.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, by the time this comes out, everyone will also this is a big sporting weekend. There's a big UFC that's going down in Perth, Australia.
Oh, we're just skipping right past Owen Wilson and Bob Ross. Got it. Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're-
no. We don't give a fuck about Bob Ross.
When's the last time we talked about Bob Ross on this fucking
Right now.
Name other painters we've talked about. Oh, we are a big arts podcast now. Welcome to the Summer Kingdom podcast. We talk all things art and painting.
I like
Today, the
Michelangelo.
intricacies of the Mona
Ben,
Lisa.
Ben goes pretty good.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Let's
Mona
talk about
Lisa.
Leonardo da Vinci and his political aspirations and sex life. Yeah, let's go.
No, but you had
That's
some
exciting.
some interesting factoids about Bob Ross that I didn't know that I thought our listeners
Yeah,
would enjoy.
'cause
Oh, about how everything was stolen from
Yeah,
him.
see,
I didn't know that.
I knew about the fact that the producers and everyone that he worked at on the show ended up the one lady, and then when he passed away, that she kind of took over all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a heartbreaking.
I didn't know it was
on
almost
Netflix
like
about it.
stolen from him.
Yeah,
right.
His family, his brother can't even like get anything. From it. It's
I
pretty
do
bad.
know that
It's
they
bad.
actually
That's pretty
authenticate his paintings and everything for you.
Really?
So, and I don't think they've ever, but they do have all of his stuff from when he did this show, all of those, and catalog, and you can kind of like buy prints and buy the episodes and things like that.
Even if you don't know his name, a lot of people, especially people that grew up watching like daytime television or early or PBS and stuff like that.
I'm gonna put an image right here. When I was in the store the other day, they were
Wait for it.
selling Bob Ross energy drinks.
No.
And the-
Oh, I bought one.
And the
It's
proceeds-
on my shelf.
Was it
and the
terrible?
proceeds from
I didn't drink it. I know it's going to be terrible because it's the type of energy drink where it's not printed on the can with the label. They got the plastic shrink wrap label on the can.
Yeah, and the
yeah.
proceeds from it are gonna go to that goddamn old lady that, that owns his fucking.
She's just cashing in. I seen a Bob Ross board game at Target.
There is a Bob Ross board. There's Bob Ross everything now. He had some candy out there as well, besides the energy drink
But
and all
look,
that.
he was kind of like his own Mr. Rogers, right?
Yes.
Like he was one of those people that kind of like
He was like the first ASMR, that nice, soothing, relaxing voice on the television that you could just sit back and watch.
he transcended art
Yes,
because he
it
was a
is-
persona.
It's still his name, everything that gets
Yeah,
sold.
it's owned by her,
It's
yeah.
still owned by the Kowalskis. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, to this day. Even though when he was dying, he tried to do everything he could to try to get his family in on it so they could get some of the proceeds from his legacy. No. All of
Wait,
it.
now
100
Kowalski's.
They were partners with him. They helped fund him as he was.
I believe you know that name from the Fantastic Beasts, sir. That is the baker from the Fantastic
I've
Beasts.
heard this name before. Kowalski's.
I don't watch gay porn, so I don't know that.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it is.
He has Dumbledore tattooed on his arm. And then there's an arrow that
But
points to
speaking
his
of,
Chamber of Secrets.
20 points to Gryffindor. Well done. Well done. Well done. But speaking of down under,
I see what you did there.
there's a big fight in Perth, Australia this weekend for the number 1 pound for pound.
Fine, we'll
The number
talk
1
about the
pound for
fights.
pound fighter will be settled.
Nice.
You got
And
the 145 pound champion, Alexander the Great Volkanovski, versus the newly crowned 155 pound champion, Iislam Makhachev. Khabib's boy.
Is that
that could be a
are
good
they
fight.
are they
be a
do,
fantastic
are they
fight.
doing that Saturday?
They're going to do it technically Sunday in Australia because of the time difference, but we're going to be able to see it Saturday night.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
Nice.
I know they're not trying to go up against
The
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl, yeah.
the
They're going to do it early.
the ball that is super.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The sporting event that shall not be named.
Yeah,
We'll
and to
touch
clear it
very
up, I
hard
said
there.
Super Balls,
Balls.
as in nut sacks.
Yes, as in big man get ball across
Yes,
the line. Got
yes,
it.
of course.
But yeah, it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a big fight, and it's, I mean, how many champs have there been in the UFC? There was Conor McGregor. There was
DC.
DC did it. You could count BJ Penn, but he never did it while simultaneously.
What's
holding
the
belt.
chick from Brazil?
Amanda Nunes is the champ.
Amanda Nunes.
No disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
The Lioness.
She was.
Yep, she was a champ. So Alex is doing it. Not a lot of people are giving. I mean, it's kind of disrespectful, I think, to Alex because he's on like a 10-fight win streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's cleaned out his division completely.
Yeah.
But Iislam Makhachev is a fucking monster.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically Khabib with better striking.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. And he's bigger. So this is a lot of
So
balls.
Khabib is.
Retired.
Right, I mean, Islam is bigger. In size, he's coming down. in weight class?
Islam's the 155-pound champ. Alex is gaining weight. His 145-pound title is now on the line.
Right.
Yeah.
But he is going up and fighting for the lightweight title to be the double champ against a guy who is
Interesting.
scary. He's without a doubt the scariest lightweight in the world right
Yeah.
now.
So he's at a serious disadvantage.
Size, strength, definitely a wrestling disadvantage.
Even
Yeah.
when you gain weight like that, the guy that's already up at that weight, his body is comfortable and used to being at that
Yeah.
weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's gonna try to gain weight, but to gain weight quickly, you're putting on more fat than muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, even with a solid regimen, not unless you're taking a extremely long amount of time, the speed at which you can actually put on just muscle isn't very fast.
He's had a couple months. He's had a couple
You
months.
got
but I don't know if
Asia
it's
and God on your side.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Acai.
I don't know if they get acai in Australia. I don't know.
Jesus.
They have Jesus, but I don't know if they have
Jesus.
acai in Australia. I don't know how that's going to go.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to think of how long ago the Oliveira fight was because they called for the Volkanovski fight immediately after they won the belt because Volkanovski has that number 1 pound for pound
Nice.
ranking behind his name now.
Nice.
Ever since Kamaru lost.
Right. Right.
Kamaru got head kicked by Leon, the number 1
And,
pound
and
for
where
pound
is
guy.
Kamaru in the?
Kamaru is gearing up for a rematch with Leon Edwards, but they're
Nice.
going to do it in Wembley Stadium in England because Leon is the current champ.
Okay.
So they're doing that. Just like
Huge
Israel
fan of Kamaru, man.
Israel Adesanya, another dethroned champ, is getting his rematch.
Getting his
Both Nigerian.
comeuppance.
Yes, they're giving him an automatic rematch with Alex Bahia.
And then speaking of, the trio, what is his
Ngannou?
name? There was Ngannou. Yeah. what
And
happened?
Ngannou walked away from a shit ton of money. They offered him the biggest heavyweight contract in
Yep.
the history of the UFC.
And he said, no thanks.
Nope, because he wanted more stuff. He wanted insurance for the fighters, all kinds of crazy shit, and I get where he's coming from. He's right. He wants to look out for everybody, but because they wouldn't do it, he decided to pursue bigger things, and he probably will get a bigger money opportunity.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Deontay Wilder has already said a 2-fight deal, a
Yeah.
boxing match and then an MMA fight. Tyson Fury has threw out some crazy fucking ideas. Tyson Fury wants to fight him in a cage, Marcus and Queenberry rules, so it's still boxing, in MMA gloves.
Whoa.
I mean,
Interesting.
there's all kinds of
That's
things.
wild.
And if he does that, he'll make
The-
$100 million.
I would go out of my way to watch.
The
it.
amounts of
I would
That sounds fucking wild.
exhibition fight possibilities, thanks to the brothers of YouTube,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
popping
Jake-
up
Yeah.
everywhere now. Everyone is now willing to we'll cross sports.
Yeah.
Let's go. We'll do one with
Yeah.
me. We'll do one with you. We'll change the rule this way or that way.
Why don't they do like a weird triathlon? Like, okay, guys, shuffleboard for the first game.
Beer
right?
pong
No,
for
no,
the
no, no,
second
no.
Beer
round.
pong for the second.
They already do. It's chess boxing,
Oh my god.
and you're playing chess.
Russia?
You're playing chess in
to be.
between
it
boxing
in Russia?
rounds.
It has to be.
No, they do it here in America.
Oh my God. Wow.
Actually, often,
Jersey.
often
Jersey.
it's YouTubers.
Barely America.
Often it's YouTubers, so they'll pick people that have no experience in chess and no experience in boxing, or minimum experience
in either or.
And they'll get like a year to train for chess and boxing.
Oh my God.
And you're doing the chess in between the rounds, but you also, it's like the speed chess where like you have the timer. So you have the timer that you can be kind of messing with to try to make the guy fail by playing chess. Or you can try to knock his fucking head in during the boxing round.
As goofy as that sounds, that's still more of a sport than this fucking slap fighting that the UFC is producing.
Well, at the last chess boxing, they
God.
did do also slap fighting.
Oh my
yes,
God.
it is everywhere.
Why when you're the UFC, when you have built yourself up from literally a sport that started on Indian reservations and failed casinos, and you make yourself on ESPN, you've made it. You're an actual like A1 level sport now.
Baby powder the hands.
Why would you promote
baby
a
powder
sport
the hands? He
where you
knows
stand
what he's doing.
and slap the shit out of each
exactly.
other?
Powder me.
Yeah.
They knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
they got
right.
slow-mo cameras and everything.
It's
They want
so
you to see the face
fucking dumb.
ripples.
Yeah, it's like going from like Harry
as
Potter
he gets brain damage
and the Goblet of Fire
concussion.
In a
to
sport,
Dumbledore.
in a sport, you have the ability to
The
defend
secrets
yourself.
of anus. Right? Yeah.
In a sport, you have the ability to defend yourself.
Yes.
You have the ability to use a skill set to defend yourself. Not stand there and just go, all right, slap the
stand there
fucking
and
shit
eat it.
out of me.
Yeah.
Your
it's pretty
skill
dumb.
set
All
is
these people are getting
rolling
CTE.
with it.
All of them.
Oh,
Did no one see the
Massive.
movie with Will Smith? Concussion?
Not the guys behind slap.
Was nobody angry at Will
Is it-
Smith for
is it-
actually trying
Isn't
to
Will
give
Smith
Chris
still
Rock
canceled? Can we talk about Will
a
Smith?
concussion?
And
Will
any
Smith
other
should compete.
faction other than in?
I would love to see
Will
it.
Smith versus Chris Rock.
Yes.
Ooh, well,
Well,
Chris Rock is like
He gets the first lap then.
He's
Chris
like
Rock.
he's
I'm
like
Chris
half
Rock,
his size.
I get the first lap.
You got to get two for one.
All right, how about both the Rocks? Chris Rock and his brother, Pebble, together against Will Smith.
No, it blows my fucking mind. The whole thing is just weird. Like, why would you, being
Yeah.
the company you are, promote this circus, this freak show?
Clicks and views on Instagram
Money.
and Twitter and things like that.
And then
That's what it
ironically,
comes down
Dana
to.
White the video came out of him in Mexico slapping his wife.
Any
Yeah.
press,
The week
any
before he
press
dropped
is
the
good
show.
press, right? Yeah, that's how they're looking at it. It brings eyes.
They pushed the debut back by like a week or some shit, and that was about it.
Oh my god!
But isn't it crazy though? Because he got away with basically just slapping the shit out of his wife,
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
see,
just,
I never-
and then everybody
I
just
never-
kind of moved on.
I never saw the video, but
He didn't quite Ray Ricer. But, you know.
they both hit each other. I think is what ends up making it where it's like
it was
both just
it was
beating
a
each
drunk
other
club
up.
video, and it's like they were married
Yeah.
for 20 years. But here's the thing: when they were like, "Oh, this never happened before," I'm like, "Well, I saw the video, sir.
Yeah.
You guys are way too comfortable throwing hands at each other.
yeah.
That shit happens once a week. Get the hell out of here."
Yeah, this is
Fucking
where the
this
slap
never
fighting
happened.
came from originally. They were having one of their weekly arguments. And
Nobody married for 20 years has their first fist
They woke
fight
up in
20
the
years
morning.
in. Get the fuck
They
out
woke
of here.
up in the morning. They're having eggs and bacon
Yeah.
for breakfast, right? And Dana's like, you know what we should do? We should monetize
If you've been
our
in a
evening.
if you've been in a 3-year relationship, you've been in at least 2 fist fights. Get the hell out of here.
I don't know anyone who finally hits somebody after 20 years.
No, you don't break after 20 years.
Yeah.
You're punching them in fucking month 6 if you're a puncher.
It's Moonstruck. That's a
After your
movie.
6-pack of Monster Energy. Coming home after a hard day.
I feel like we're missing a trailer that we enjoyed as well.
Yes, the Space Oddity.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
The legendary actor Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Yep.
It absolutely looked like shit.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I don't want to see it.
Wow.
It looked fairly
Shit.
formulaic. Guy's gonna do a thing. Guy meets girl. Guy.
Gets convinced not
We
to do
called
a
it.
thing.
We called it when we started.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this movie should be called The Power of Vagina instead of Space Oddity. Yeah.
You think that'll be worse than the Bob Ross movie?
No, I am looking forward to the Bob Ross movie, so I'm not going to watch this. Like when Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist came on, I was like, ooh, there's a movie I will never, ever see.
Here's a question for you, Nelson. Do you sit through Space Oddity or Joker 2? The musical.
Ooh.
Joker 2.
I think.
Hands down.
I think I need to see a trailer for Joker 2 before I can make an answer.
Joker 2. It doesn't matter. I can at
don't know.
least
I hope it's just
vibe
nonstop
with
singing.
something.
If they drop a 2-minute trailer
Of just
and
Joaquin singing.
and from
I've gotta be
second
me.
one to second at the end, all the way through 120 is just singing. Ooh,
I'm in.
I hope the movie
I'm
ends
so
with
in.
just a quick shot of like Lady Gaga's butthole. Just
You know what I would do?
Fin, Fin, like a French film.
I'm
Fin.
gonna go to the movie theater and ruin it for everyone else.
Don't you dare! I'm
I'm just
gonna be there.
Every time
Go.
they sing, I'm gonna be like, boo.
I will.
Hiss.
I will put my dick in
Hiss.
your popcorn.
Like what's the Mighty Pythons? Hiss, hiss, boo.
We are the Knights who say.
apparently some of the Harry Potter protesters have been doing that, posting things to people that are playing the game
Oh,
to ruin the
man.
end of the game
Oh
for
my
them.
God.
Going
That's-
into people's chat
Now
and
see
ruining
that-
the game.
It
That
was
I can
funny.
admire.
It
That's
was,
hilarious.
yeah, that's funny.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It was funny when then the guy, like, there were people that would like get the ending of the book quick.
Oh, yeah.
and then they would drive through the parking
Dumbledore
lot.
dies in this
Dumbledore
one.
dies at the end. Like, they would drive through the parking lot with a fucking megaphone and just yell the end of the book out to these people. And people were chasing the car, but they wanted to kill this guy.
The only movie
Dumbledore
I did that
dies
for.
on page 397.
The only movie I did that for on Facebook, and people were so fucking mad at me. I was like, Professor Xavier dies at the end.
Oh my God.
The Wolverine Logan. Oh my God.
I still remember.
I had like an elaborate joke, like, oh, this. It was like, oh, today I went to the store, I bought milk, and then I found it, and Professor Xavier dies at the end of Logan.
I think I talked about this like 60 episodes ago, but I'll bring it up again. The ultimate spoiler where I just had a mental fucking meltdown was I was watching that horror hunting on. So, it was Haunting on Hill House or some shit. It was on Netflix. It was good. Everybody was watching
Haunted
it.
Hill or something.
Yeah, it was a show where like this family had a horrible past and like they went back to the house and it was haunted and stuff. Well, anyway, there was this ghost in the show called Broken Neck Girl that would show up and scare the hell out of everybody. And I was liking the show. I was 3 episodes in. It's a 9-episode
She sounds
show.
fun.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Not,
Broken Neck Girl.
clearly not a friendly ghost like the ones in Harry Potter.
Not a fucking friendly ghost. She was horrifying.
Not like the ones in the bathroom when you're taking a shit.
But, exactly. So I'm watching this show.
Well, she's actually kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Let the man finish. God damn it.
Now, nearly headless Nick, he's kind of
This is
useful.
true, yeah.
Well, either way, you wouldn't want Broken Neck Girl in your fucking
So when
bathroom.
you're taking a shit in a Harry Potter bathroom, can you yell Expelliarmus?
No, you can't. Expelliarmus just disarms them. Just disarms them. That's all
So
it does.
what would be the appropriate thing to say in said occasion?
In a bathroom? Erectus Maximus. Without a doubt, my favorite spell. My favorite spell in
They
Harry
would
Potter.
kick you out of Universal Studios.
Hey.
Excuse me, sir. Somebody's yelling Erectus Maximus.
That's the only spell I need.
Kevin Smith has a skit from off a
Let this man
podcast.
finish what he was saying.
Forget
It's
a
all right,
kiss.
it's all right.
Forget a
That's
kiss. It's fantastic. It's off a rant
Okay,
from one of the things.
We're sorry, Ian. Please.
It's okay. No,
Continue. No,
I just had a troll moment. It's
Yeah, no,
fine.
go
I had a
ahead.
troll moment. It's not my finest
You were
moment.
Oh,
angry,
though.
you watched the Troll movie, or are we talking about the Ghost movie?
No, we're talking. I don't know where we're at.
All
now.
right,
I
Broken
have no
Neck
idea.
Girl. Broken Neck Girl.
No,
Broken-
it's something like you did. It was just a Facebook post that I was scrolling down, and all of a sudden it said, "Oh my God, Haunting on Hill House is so good. I can't believe Nell is Broken Neck Girl," which is something that happens like episode 8.
Oh.
And I saw that. That's the big twist of the whole show, and I was just like, and I could have done the high road. I
Yeah.
could have just kept scrolling, unfriended her, whatever. I chose violence.
Yeah.
I commented on her post. I said, "You were fucking fat and ugly in high school, and you're still fucking fat and ugly." And I was blocked and deleted, and I was like, "I don't care. I don't
If
care
I see you
because
in the street,
because-
you're gonna be Broken
Oh,
Neck
no,
Girl.
she's from Pennsylvania. I'll never see her again." But I literally just know what I did. I stabbed. I turned the knife. I walked the fuck away.
Listen, to
I
be
did the
fair-
damage.
to be
I'm
fair,
I'm fine.
If she's from Pennsylvania, she's probably working in a meth lab by now.
Probably, especially from my town. To be fair, I think actually she went to a meth state. So, yeah,
Oh, man.
so I was good. I was fine. I did
did
my
the right
damage.
thing.
I walked away. Stab, turn.
Yeah.
Hey, you ruined the show for me. I brought back some trauma. That's
Bro,
it. That's it. We
You
win.
did the
We're
right
even.
thing. I agree
Thank
with
you,
man.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I thought I did the right thing because
Yeah.
I thought about it. I think I even went down like the
Pulled a
post.
Dana White.
I scrolled down, the post disappeared, and I said, "Nah," and I scrolled back up, and I was like, "I choose violence today."
Yeah.
I choose violence.
This shit is going down.
I want to hurt her the way
Yeah.
she hurt me. I really like that show.
I agree, man.
You know, that's like if someone knew the end of the Mandalorian, just
Yeah.
fucking
Man,
2 episodes in, they
can't wait
Come
to see
on.
this new Mandalorian.
keep
season.
that shit off. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
We all,
You know-
we
you
all
know
know
what?
better by now. We all do.
Yeah, I stay off. If I'm like behind, I
Yeah.
stay off the internet. I
Yeah.
stay off because I know the people that are out there.
It's true. It's true. You got to do that shit.
They're
You
out
know.
there, and some people, like certain people, they get a thrill out of it. You know, They get a thrill off.
How about they're really talking how great this Ezra Miller Flash movie
Who is?
is going to
who?
be?
Who?
The critics. The critics are still discussing this as
Which critics?
like Rotten Tomato critics.
How?
They're coveting this Flash movie by
Does he
Ezra
die?
Miller.
Does he die in the movie? Perhaps
Yeah,
is
I
that
mean,
what's
that's why
happening?
it's-
I hope they hire Alec Baldwin to shoot him on
I
set.
seen-
Wow. Wow.
I seen an image and it looked like he ends up in the Batman Returns movie.
Yep.
Because they show a shadow that looks like the
Michael Keaton.
Batwing.
But he was removed from the
His-
movie. Michael Keaton is what they were saying.
They removed a couple of cameos apparently.
Yeah.
But I think that's
What?
because quite a few people got axed when the new head took over.
This is true.
According to a report, Ezra Miller's The Flash is apparently so good that test audiences have rated the film with the highest test scores any movie has received in the DC Extended Universe.
This is what I'm saying. This is
Well,
why
I
they
mean-
held on to this movie.
I am not prepared for a world where I enjoy the Ezra Miller Flash movie. I am not prepared for that.
It's like, listen, when you are in the car and let's say like, I Believe I Can Fly comes on. Do you not sing along?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, right? But
I
you
even
hate
do
the
like
man.
I even do the woo in between.
You hate the man, right? You hate R. Kelly. We can all agree we hate R. Kelly. But when you hear "I Believe I Can Fly," you're like, I'm gonna sing along to this bitch. This could happen in this Flashpoint movie.
I was about to get really
With Ezra
angry, and then I
Miller.
realized that R. Kelly did sing that.
Yes,
I was
he
about to
did.
say Seal. I was about to say Seal, but Seal sang "Fly Like an Eagle."
That's
I
right,
apologize.
sir. Yes, yes.
eagle to the
sea.
Fly like an eagle. Let my
Eddie, hit the
spirit
button,
carry me.
please.
I wanna fly.
Thank you for joining us on the Silver Kingdom
Into
podcast,
the future.
where none of us are paid professional singers,
Not at all.
especially Ian.
Hey, I was a Kiss by the Rose fan. Remember that? Remember Batman?
Listen,
Remember
that was an amazing song.
Baby.
Okay, that was a great song.
I
Or
can feel it from a kiss from a rose on the
I think
plane.
after that Batman movie came
On the
out,
Gray.
I said,
Gray,
On the Gray.
not the
on the
plane.
Gray.
Great.
Kiss
Ever
on the
dance
Gray.
with the devil in
Yeah.
the pale moonlight? Right. Who didn't run around saying that all fucking day long? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was great.
It was a line. It absolutely was.
Yes.
I mean, Carrie was not a bad
No.
Riddler.
It was one of the best superhero movies of its time. When that Batman movie came out, I can't not remember people wearing the shirts,
Yeah.
the hats.
Tommy Lee Jones was.
Thank you
not
for
that
joining
good of a
us. We love you.
Two-Face, though.
You guys are talking about two different Batman movies.
What are we talking about?
I'm done with you.
He's talking about Nicholson and you're talking about Carrie.
Oh, you're on the Joker one.